Hello students, welcome back to another session of GCE Connect, wherein we are studying regarding curves. Okay, simple curves. So we have studied this particular topic called as setting out of curves by using offset from tangent. So I hope you recall this particular thing which you have learned, wherein we set our curve using offsets which are drawn from tangent. We learned how to derive the particular offset length, right? We have two methods under that. We have radial offsets and we have perpendicular offsets. So radial offset, I have shown you radial offset. So the formula for radial offset is this particular thing. Okay, OX is equals to square root of r square plus x square minus r. So this is the exact formula. Okay, so we will be making use of this formula to solve a numerical regarding this particular topic. Okay, so this is the formula for radial offset. And if you are dealing with a perpendicular offset, you can see here we have learned this. So perpendicular offset formula is r minus square root of r square minus x square. So this is the exact formula. And the approximate formula is x square by 2r. Okay, the approximate formula is common for both, for the radial and also for the perpendicular offset method. The approximate formula is same. Okay, so keep in mind this particular formula. We will solve a numerical on this. Okay, so here in example number 1.2, determine the offsets, determine the offset to be set out at half chain interval along the tangents to locate a 16 chain curve. Okay, 16 chain curve is nothing but radius. Okay, in this format they will give you the radius of the curve. Okay, 16 chains meaning 16 into number of chains. Okay, one chain is being 20 meters, so 16 into 20 will give you the radius in meters. Okay, radius in meters. So determine the offsets to be set out at half chain interval. So the peg interval or the chain interval is half. So what is the half chain length? Half of 20. So it is 10 meters, right? So one chain is 20 meters. So half chain meaning half of 20, that is 10 meters. So our chain interval is 10 meters. Okay, so you can either use all these, convert these chains to meters and you can solve like this, or you can keep it in chains itself, right? And then multiply by 20 later on and calculate in meters. Okay, yeah. So what we will do is we will keep it in chains and we will later convert the chain to meters. Okay, so whatever substitution we do, we will substitute in chains. Okay, later on we will multiply that by the chain length, each chain length, that is 20 meters, and then we will calculate this particular length. Okay. So solution, coming to solution, the first method we know it is radial offset. We have two methods. One is radial offset method and one is perpendicular offset method. So coming to your first method, radial offset method. So we know this particular formula, right? OX, any offset at a distance x. Okay, any offset at a distance x is equals to square root of r square plus x square minus r. Okay, where radius is given as 16. Okay, 16 chains. So we will keep it in chains itself. R is equals to 16. Okay, R is known. What about X? X is nothing but what? It is the chain interval. Okay, it is the peg interval or the chain interval. So they have told us to consider half chain, meaning 0.5. Okay, is the peg interval or the chain interval 0.5. So we will start from 0.5. You can see we have started from 0.5, then 0.1. Okay, we will add 0.5. So 0.5, 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5, and so on. Okay, and so on. So we have calculated up to O3. Okay, it will go on further, but we will stop at O3. Okay, you can go on further if you have time, you can continue, or else if you do not have time, you can stop at O3. Okay, so we know this particular formula, r square plus x square minus r. So square root of r I have told you is 16. So 16 square plus x is what? 0.5 for the first case. Okay, 0.5 square minus 16. So the value is 0.0078 chains. Okay, it is in chains. So multiply this by 20 because one chain length is 20 meters. So if you multiply this by 20, you will get in meters. Okay. Now for the second one, it is O1 or offset at 1. So it is 16 square plus 1. Okay, whatever is the subscript here, that will be x, right? Ox is equals to r square plus x square, right? So x, whatever x you substitute here, that will come over here. So next for 1.5, this x is 1.5. Next for 2, this is 2. The radius is not changing. You can see the radius is constant, 16 everywhere over here and also here. Only term that is changing here is the x term. Okay, the interval term is going on changing. It is going on increasing, and we have calculated up to O3. Okay. So this is how you get in chains, and if you multiply these values by 20, that is per chain length, you will get in meters. So these are what? These are offsets by radial method, radial offsets which you have calculated. Okay, offsets at a distance x. Next, this is your radial offset. Now moving on to one more method wherein the same we can calculate using perpendicular offsets. Perpendicular offset. So we have this particular formula, Ox is equals to what? R minus square root of r square minus x square. So there is a similarity between this particular formula, right, and this formula. So this square root term is on the other side, and this r will come first in this perpendicular offset, right? R is coming first, and this square root of r square, here it is plus, here it is minus. Okay, so it is similar. It helps to remember because it is similar, it is easier to remember. Okay, similarly our radius is 16 over here, and offsets we have taken as half chain interval. Okay, 0 starting from 0.5, then 1, 1.5, 2 and 2.5, and we have calculated up to 3. Okay, there are many more offsets which go on, so we have stopped at 3. Okay, 16 minus square root of 16 square minus 0.5 square. So you will get in chains. Okay, chains, and this is how you get, you multiply by 20. You will get in meters. So this is how you can calculate using perpendicular offsets. Okay. So the next thing is your approximate method. I have told you the approximate formula is x square by 2r. Okay, x square by 2r. This formula is applicable for both radial offset as well as perpendicular offset. X square by 2r, right? X square will start from 0.5, 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5 and 3. Okay, and 2r is nothing but 16 into 2, right? Radius we have considered as 16 chains. So 16 into 2, that is 32. So 2r is 32. Everywhere it is constant. Only the numerator goes on changing. It goes on increasing by 0.5. Okay, so we have got the answer by approximate method in chains. Okay, and multiply this by 20 to get in meters. 0.15 meters multiply by 20, you will get in meters, that is 0.62 meters. Okay, similarly you can calculate all the offsets in meters. Okay, do not forget to convert and write in meters. The answer should always be in meters. Do not write in chains. Okay, do not just finish your answer with this, multiply with 20 and then write this particular column also. Do not forget to convert it to meters. So this is one numerical which we had missed. I hope you have understood. Please let me know if you are understood by raising your hand. Please let me know if you have understood this particular problem by raising your hand. Okay, so as I say, if you do not understand any of the part, please let me know. I will explain once more. So this is regarding your simple curves. Now we are done with simple curves. Now we have to move on with compound curves. Okay, we have to go look into the next chapter. Okay, so this was our first chapter wherein we studied regarding simple curves. The next chapter is dealing with compound curves. Okay, I hope you can see the screen wherein we have I have shown you a compound curve. So we will first discuss what is a compound curve and what are the various elements of a compound curve. Okay, so this is a compound curve wherein you can see we have a curve. This is one curve. Okay, this is one curve and this is one more curve. Okay, and these curves are not same. They have different radius. Okay, and different origin points. Okay, different origin points O1 and O2, and they have different radius. Okay, so this is a shorter radius one, so we have named it as RS, okay, short one, radius of the shorter curve and radius of the longer curve. Hence we have named it as RS and RL. Okay, longer curve RL, shorter curve RS. Next, the curve, shorter curve is in red color. I have shown in red color. You can see this is the short curve, okay, arc, and this in green color you can see is the longer arc. Okay, so this is, we know it is point of curve T1. This point is point of curve T1. We know same thing. This is the end point, so it is point of tangency or T2. Okay, this is common. We also know this particular thing from simple curves. Now, this particular point wherein these two curves meet, okay, wherein these two curves meet is named as D, okay, capital D, and this is called as point of common curvature. Point of common curvature or PCC, point of common curvature. Next, we know this particular tangent, right? This is your back tangent. Okay, A, T1, D1, B. Okay, this particular line is our back tangent. This particular line is our forward tangent, we know from the simple curves we have learned, right? And then this point, capital B, which you can see is the point of intersection, PI, right? And the angle subtended between these two is delta. Angle between these two is delta. Okay, so we have covered RS. We know what is RL. This is delta 1 is the angle subtended at by this particular short curve, right? Short curve T1 to D is your short curve T1 to D. The angle subtended is delta 1. Similarly, delta 2 is the angle subtended by this particular longer curve. Okay, delta 2. Next, at this particular point D, I will draw a tangent. At this particular point, I will draw a tangent. You can see this is the straight line, which is your tangent, D1, D, D2. This particular is your straight line, which you can see is your tangent at this particular point D. Okay. So by some properties, we have decided that this particular angle is also delta. Okay, by using some trigonometric functions and properties of circle. Okay, we determined that this particular angle is delta 1. This particular angle is delta 2, right, which is over here, delta 1 and delta 2. The same angle will be present over here, delta and delta 2. Okay. So this particular length you can see over here, which I have marked in capital T small s, okay, capital T subscript s, starting from T1, okay, point of curve, going up to point of intersection. This is your tangent length for shorter curve, tangent length for the shorter curve. And this particular line, which you can see over here, TL, capital TL, it is from this point to point of intersection to PT or T2. This is tangent length for the longer curve, correct? Right. Then we have a few other things like we have this TS, which you can see here, which is the tangent length from T1 to D. Okay, T1 to D is the tangent length from T1 to D for the shorter curve. And then TL is what is the tangent length from T2 to D2. From here to here is the tangent length, small tangent length, that is TL. Okay, so we have given small t. Okay. So we have formulas for TS and TL. I hope all the elements of a compound curve are clear. So when in some locations we cannot provide a simple curve like this, we have to provide a mixture of two curves like this, right? A small curve and a large curve, or a large and a smaller curve. A combination of these two we have to provide, so that it is feasible for the terrain in which we are providing this particular curve. Okay, not every time we are able to give simple curves. In some places we have to provide these kind of compound curves. Okay. So coming to a few calculations. Okay. Coming to this shorter tangent length TS. Okay, TS. I have shown you it is TS is here, TS. Right. So TS is the tangent length, and this is also a tangent, right? This is a tangent to this particular curve. From this point, if you draw a tangent, I've shown this is your tangent D1, D, right? This is one tangent to the curve, and this is also a tangent to the curve. The property is a property of a circle is such that if you have if you have two tangents like this, these particular length will be equal, D1, D, right? This particular length and this particular length TS are equal, okay, D1, D, and Ts are equal. Okay, so that is what I've written here. D1D and Ts both are equal because that is a property of tangents and a circle. Okay, so now we know the formula for a tangent length, right? R into tan delta by 2, right? If you remember, tangent length can be calculated by this formula. Any tangent length T is equals to R tan delta by 2. So applying this formula over here to calculate Ts, the same formula. So we will write this as Ts, small ts is equals to R tan delta by 2. But here R is what? R is Rs, correct? R is what? The R is the radius of the shorter curve, and delta is what? Delta 1, right? So delta 1. So it is Ts is equals to Rs tan delta 1 by 2, correct? Now can anyone tell me what is the tangent length TL equal to? TL is equal to, can you tell using the same formula? I will write the general formula. You have to tell me what are the subscript which I have to apply. So this is the general formula. Now I want for TL.
RL delta 2
RL
by 2.
correct. RL
Delta 2.
delta 2 by 2, correct. So this is the tangent length TL, right? Which is equal to D2. Okay, this is also tangent. This is also a tangent. So these two are equal in length. Okay, so TL is equals to RL, which is the length of your longer radius of your longer curve, and the delta 2 is the angle subtended. Okay, so this you have to remember, very important. Okay, so TL and TS. Okay, so now moving on next. Okay, so this we have derived, right? No problem. TL and TS, we know how we have got this particular thing. Next, one more property of this particular compound curve is delta is equals to total subtended angle here, delta. This particular delta is equals to delta 1 plus delta 2. Okay, so this is also property, important property. You have to remember this delta 1 plus delta 2 is equal to total delta at Pi. Okay, so remember this particular property also. Now, from triangle BD1 D2, from triangle BD1 D2, let us check where is this particular triangle. And we have to find out what BD1, we have to find out B into D1. B into D1, okay, we have to find out this particular length. Let me show you which triangle we are talking about. We are talking about this particular triangle. Okay, this particular triangle BD1 D2. This triangle we are concerned about, and we want to find out this length. B into BD1 length we need to find out. BD1 length we want to find out. Similarly, we have to find out the length, this particular length also we have to find out. B into BD2 length also we need to find out. So we know the formula for this thing. We know formula for this thing. Okay, TS minus capital TS minus small ts will give you this particular length. But that is not what we will do. We have one particular formula for this thing. We have a formula. So let me tell you what is the formula. There is no derivation. You have to directly remember this formula. You have to remember BD1 is equals to D1. Okay, D1 D2 sine delta 2 by the sine delta. Okay, what is D1 D2? D1 D2 is this. D1 is here, D2 is here. So sine, okay, D1 D2, D1 D2 sine. Okay, you are calculating for this particular thing, then you have to use delta 2 by sine delta. Okay, the opposite delta you have to use. This is for which? This is for BD1. BD1. We have calculated this particular length, BD1 length we have calculated. For that, what is the formula? D1 D2 into sine delta 2, opposite delta you have to use, not delta 1. Okay, delta 2 by sine delta. Now, similarly, if I want to calculate B delta 2, I want to calculate this particular length B into BD2. BD2, if I want to calculate BD2, it will be the same thing, D1 D2, but here instead of delta 2, I have to use the opposite delta, that is what that is delta 1 divided by sine delta. Okay, so this is the formula you have to remember. What is D1 D2? We know what is D1 D2. How do we know D1 D2? Can you recall how how can you calculate D1 D2? It is very easy. We have calculated, right, previously. What is d1 d2? d1 d plus d d2, correct? This whole length we have calculated. We do not know the whole length, but we know this length, d1 to d, and we know d2 to d2, d to d2, right? It is nothing but ts, the same. I have told you it is property of tangent. This length is also equal to this length, so it is nothing but ts, and this length is nothing but tl. So ts plus tl will give me d1 d2, right? Ts plus tl is nothing but d1 d2. Okay, and this particular sine delta 1 and sine delta 1 and sine divided by sine delta will be the same. It will not change. Okay, delta 1 delta will be known to us. We can substitute and we can calculate this particular length. Okay, now if you add ts and this particular length, you will get the total tangent length, correct? Total tangent length. Similarly, we know this particular thing tl, and if you add this particular length, right? This length, if you add, you will get the total length tl. Okay, so that is what we have done over here. You can see d1 d2, I have substituted ts plus tl, correct? Ts plus tl is d1 d2 sine delta 2 by delta. This is for b d1. Similarly, for b d2 also the same thing, d1 d2 into sine delta 1. Okay, instead of delta 2 it will become delta 1 by sine delta. So these are a few properties you have to remember. Okay, this formula you have to remember. There is no derivation. Okay, directly you have to remember this formula. Next, I hope you have understood whatever we have discussed till now. Okay, if you don't understand, let me know. I'll explain once more. Okay, so TS, I have told you the total length, total tangent length TS is what? T1 D1 plus B D1, right? I have told you the total thing. We have to add this TS plus this length. You have to add TS plus this. So TS plus for this B D1, what it is? TS plus TL into sine delta 2 by sine delta, correct? So TS plus this particular length, and similarly here it will be TL plus this particular length, B D2 length, which we have one for particular formula we have derived. So you have to add both of those. Okay, so TS, that is a short tangent length, and this BD1 we have calculated, right? So this, if you add, right, this particular BD1 is here, which you have calculated. So it is TS plus this particular thing. So this is your tangent length, okay, total tangent length for a short curve. Similarly, for longer curve, I've told you it is TL, okay, TL plus and this particular formula BD2. Okay, so this is for your longer tangent length for your longer curve. Okay, so mark these because these are important. So I have marked this as 1 and 2. These are important formulas which we will be requiring for solving your numericals. Okay, so TS and TL, I hope all this part is clear. TS and TL, how we have arrived. Is it clear, guys?
Yes, sir.
Clear? Mr. Chandrasekhar?
Yes, sir. Clear, sir.
Clear? Okay. Okay. Now the thing is regarding compound curves. Regarding compound curves, you have to find a relationship between different parts, okay, different elements of a compound curve. So we know the different elements, that is delta. We know delta. We know RS and the TS delta 1. So these are the important elements of a compound curve. I have named how many are there? They are 7 in number. Okay, 7 number of elements are the main 7 elements are these of a compound curve. Now, in some cases, what they do is they give you any 4. Okay, they give you any 4 and they tell you to calculate the remaining 3. Okay, we have to find now. They give you at what I've told. They'll give you any 4 and they'll tell you to calculate the remaining 3. Okay, so we have various cases wherein how can you based on that which are the elements that are given to us. Depending upon that, we can calculate the remaining 3 elements. So we have various cases, and usually this delta and RS and RL will be known to us. Usually these are known to us, and the remaining things we have to calculate. Okay, delta RS and RL we can calculate by the plan which is given to us. Okay, length of the curve, shorter curve, length of the shorter curve, and the radius of the longer curve. Okay, this particular radius will be given to us. Okay, from plan we can determine the radius of the shorter curve and radius of the longer curve. Now using a angle measuring instrument, you can also determine delta. No problem. Delta can also be determined without any problem, without any data required. We can calculate these particular three things. Now, depending upon which one more data they give you, I have told you they have to give you four data. Four data they have to give you. Now, three data will be already with us. Three data will be with us. Now, depending upon which they provide us, whether they provide us TS or delta 1, TL or delta 2, depending upon that, we will be calculating the remaining three. Okay, suppose they give you TS, right? Along with these three important variables, they give you this TS. You have to find out which, you have to find out delta 1, TL and delta 2. Okay, similarly, if they give you delta 1 and not give you these three, then this will be another case. Similarly, we'll be having four cases, right? Depending upon uh, which variable they give you, the other three variables you have to calculate. So these these three variables will always be there with us. 1, 2 and 3 variable will be there with us. Okay, and these other variables will not be given to us. Okay. So I have told you what we need four variables, and the remaining three variables we can calculate. So we have three variables with us. One more variable can be any of these four which I have not marked. Depending upon which they provide us, we have to calculate the other three. Okay, so we will be having how many cases? 1, 2, 3 and 4. We will have four cases. So you have to study all those cases and how to determine all the elements using various relations. Okay, so coming to case one. So what are the given variables among these seven variables? I have told you they have to give you any four variables. But one important thing that I've told you, that this delta, RS and RL will compulsory be with us. These three variables will always be with us. You can see they are with us. Now out of these four, in the first case we will choose delta 1 as the given variable. Okay, as the given variable. So delta 1 will be given to us, or delta 2 might be given to us. Delta 1 or delta 2. Okay, anyone can be given to us. So we will consider delta 1 over here. Delta 1 is given to us. So delta 1 or delta 2. So what are the remaining variables which you have to determine now? Remaining variables are these variables. You can see TS, TL and delta 2 are the remaining variables which we need to calculate. So they are written under required TS, TL and delta 2. Okay, so this is the first case. Now we are dealing with the first case. So one important property I told you, delta is equals to delta 1 plus delta 2, right? I hope you remember delta is equals to delta 1 plus delta 2. So if they give you delta 1, we know already delta, right? 2 are known. Delta 1 if they give you, and delta is also known to us. Delta 2 can be calculated, right? Delta 2 or delta 1, whichever they give you, we can easily calculate, right? 2 are known, we can calculate the third variable, no problem. So one among these is done, right? So one among these is done. This is done. Now we have to calculate what TS and TL. These two are remaining now. These two are remaining. Let us see how can we go forward and calculate this particular TS and TL. Okay, from equation 1, which is equation 1, the formula which I've written for TS is equation 1 TS. Let me show you which is equation 1, right? This is equation 1 TS. Okay, capital TS. This is your equation 1. So what is it? TS plus T. Sorry, this is TS plus TL. Okay, this is small l TL sine delta 2 by sine delta. Okay, so this particular formula we will be making use of. Now, what is TS? What is TS and TL over here? This small t s and small TL. You have told me the formula. It is nothing but R S tan delta by tan. It is tan delta 1 by 2. Similarly, it will be what? RL tan delta 2 by 2. Okay, so this particular thing we know, right? You have told me in the beginning. So this particular values we will substitute over here. TS and TL, we will substitute these respective values and we will just write TS. Similarly, we will write for TL. Okay. So that is how you can calculate TS, right? We have RS with us. Delta 1 is known. All the terms are known, right? Delta 2, delta, RL, RS, all these terms are known. Hence, we can substitute and calculate TS. Similarly, for TL, we can substitute all these values and we can calculate the tangent length for the longer curve, right? Hence, we have calculated TS. Also, we have calculated TL. Okay, so all these terms are done. Hence, our case 1, we have successfully solved. Okay, so if you have understood, please raise your hand and let me know if you have understood. If you have understood, let me know by raising your hand. This is case 1. This is very easy. Case 1 is very easy. Case 2 is a bit difficult compared to other cases. Case 2, case 3. Case 1 is easy. Other cases are a bit complicated to understand. So let me know whether you have understood the first case. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, you can lower your hand. Thank you. Okay, so the first case is very easy. Okay, the data which was given was, these are common. Okay, these are common. Delta 1 was given to us. Okay, in the second case, let us see what is given to us. These three are common. Okay, these three are common. TS is given to us. TS. Now, what is remaining? TL is unknown. TL is the what we have to find out, and both the deltas, delta 1 and delta 2, we have to find out. So given is delta RS and RL. Also TS is given to us. Next, what you have to find out? Delta 1, delta 2 and TL. Okay, so let me show you how the particular figure we have to draw. Now, this is your compound curve. This is your shorter curve. Okay, T1 to D is your shorter curve. This particular in green. I hope you can see this is in green color. Okay, T1 to D is your short curve. Now, D to T2 is your longer curve. D to T2 is your longer curve. Okay, so the radius of short curve is RS. Radius of longer curve is RL. No problem. Radius is starting from T2 up to O2. Okay, it is the origin point or the center point of your longer curve is O2. Center point of your shorter curve is O1. Okay, we know delta 1 is angle between your angle subtended by your shorter curve. Delta 2 is the angle subtended by this longer curve, which you can see in red. Okay, this is your tangent. T1 B is your tangent. T1 B is your tangent. Okay, and T2 B is your tangent to your longer curve. T2 B, the first line in strong line, which the continuous line which you can see over here. Okay, it is delta. Angle subtended by these two is delta. Okay, so now what you have to do is, the first thing that you have to do is this particular curve. Okay, T1D, which you can see short curve. Continue that short curve. Continue to the particular short curve up till you reach D dash. Okay, D dash. Okay, it is nothing but the extension of this. Continue. You have to continue this particular short curve. We have continued from D to D dash. Okay, now where do we have to stop? Right, this D dash we don't know. Where do we exactly stop? So you have to stop until you reach this particular delta. Okay, delta is what? This is delta over here. The same angle, until you reach that angle, you have to continue this particular particular arc and stop at D dash. Okay, when you stop, name that particular point as D dash. Okay, then this particular line you can join. Right, this is nothing but radius of the short curve, same RS. Okay, radius of the short curve. Now, what you can do to this particular point, at this particular point D dash, this curve D. Okay, this curve which we have drawn, draw a tangent, which you can see. I have drawn a tangent, dotted line you can see. Okay, a tangent you can draw, and it will meet at this particular tangent line. This particular tangent line, it will meet at B dash. Okay, this I have extended, it will meet at B dash. Similarly, I will extend it over here, it will meet at Q. This point I have marked as Q. Okay, so all these things are done. Next, what is this line? This line is nothing but perpendicular line drawn to this RL. Okay, this radius line which I'm showing my cursor to this particular line. You draw a perpendicular line to this tangent, to this radius. You draw a perpendicular line. Okay, which meets at O1. So this is a perpendicular line to this radius RL. Okay, which is meeting at O1. Similarly, to this particular tangent QP, okay, QP or B dash Q, okay, this is a tangent line. To this tangent line, you draw a perpendicular line. I know this is not looking as perpendicular, but understand that this is a perpendicular line which you can see B to P, B to P. From here, it has to intersect at B, and this line has to be perpendicular to this particular tangent length B dash Q. Okay, so this particular image, this particular part, I have drawn a bigger image over here. You can see clearly over here. So this is your B dash B. You can see this particular tangent B dash B is here. And this is your B to P. B to P line I have shown over here, BP. This point is P. And this BP line is perpendicular to this line, to this tangent line. This BP is perpendicular. Hence I have drawn like this, okay, perpendicular to show perpendicular. Okay, so this particular angle which you can see here, okay, this angle is delta. This angle is delta. Keep in mind this angle is delta because you can see it is nothing but the same angle, right? So this is your tangent line. Then this is your another tangent line. This is your upper tangent line. Then this is your shorter tangent line which I have drawn next. I have told you this is delta. Similarly, this will also be delta, right? Because the angle is same between these two. All these lines, these two lines are parallel to each other, and this line is perpendicular to this line. Sorry, it is not perpendicular. It is at an angle delta. Okay, so this angle and this angle, both these angles are delta. So I have marked this as delta. So we will be requiring this particular triangle later on for calculation. So I hope this particular diagram is clear, and how to draw this particular diagram is clear. If you didn't understand any of the step, please let me know if you have not understood how to draw this particular diagram. Is it clear? I hope it is clear. Now, the first thing which you have to calculate, yes? Any doubt? Any doubt?
No, sir.
Okay. So the first thing we have to calculate is BP. Okay, BP you have to calculate. Where is BP? It is here. BP line is here, right? It is this particular line. So this you have to calculate. Now, looking into this particular triangle, what is BP? What is BP? Using sine delta. BP you can calculate by using sine delta. What is sine delta? Sine delta, it is opposite of this particular angle, opposite divided by hypotenuse, right? B dash B, B dash B. What is this? This is sine delta, correct? Sine delta is opposite by hypotenuse. Now what is BP? What is BP? We want BP, correct? We want BP. What is BP? BP is B dash B into sine delta. I have taken B dash B on the other side. B dash B is equals to B dash B into sine delta will give me BP. Okay. So we have got an equation for this particular line BP. We have got an equation for this line BP. Now, what is this B dash B? Where is B dash B? This is your B dash B. You can see this particular length is B dash B. So we need to convert this in terms of tangent length. So how can we do that? So this B dash B we will convert now. B dash B is equals to what? B dash B is equals to T1 B, the total length, right? Total length T1 B minus T1 B dash minus T1 B dash. Correct? This total length minus this tangent length, okay, minus T1 B will give me this length, the total length T1 to B. Okay, this total length from T1 to B, total length minus this particular length will leave me B dash B. Okay. Now what is T1B? T1B is nothing but your TS, right? Capital TS. And what is T1 B dash? T1 B dash, T1 B dash you have to calculate. Now, okay, can you tell me what is T1 B dash? T1 B dash is from here T1 to B dash. It is nothing but the tangent length of this shorter curve, right? Tangent length of this shorter curve. Tangent length, we know what is the formula for tangent length. Tangent length is nothing but R tan delta by 2, correct? R tan delta by 2. For this, it is RS and delta 1, correct? For your shorter tangent length, it is RS tan delta 1 by 2. Okay, so that we will substitute here. Sorry, it is not tan delta 1, it is tan delta. It is just tan delta, right? Because the angle subtended, we have to calculate total. It is not for this particular tangent. It is not for capital TS. It is what it is the length T1B dash, T1B dash. Okay, we have to consider this particular delta. Remember, it is tan delta by 2, but the radius is what? RS. The radius is RS. Okay, that we will substitute here. We will substitute T1B dash over here. What we will substitute? This particular RS tan delta by 2. T1B, I have told you, it is nothing but TS and minus R tan RS tan delta by 2. I'll write over here. Okay, so this is what how we can write the equation for B dash. We can write for BP in terms of all the tangent length. Now let me write BP is equal to what I've told you, TS, right? TS minus RS tan delta by 2. This is in bracket into sine delta. Where is sine delta coming from? Sine delta is here. The same thing I have continued over here, sine delta. So we have calculated successfully BP. Okay, now all these terms are known. Delta is known to us, right? Delta is given. RS is also given. TS we can calculate. TS we can calculate, no problem. TS we can calculate by using formulas, right? We have formula for calculating TS. Okay, next after BP, next what you have to calculate? After BP, next what you have to calculate? You have to calculate B dash P. After BP, you have to calculate B dash. Okay, so from this particular triangle again, now we have calculated first BP using sine delta. Now tell me using cos delta. Cos delta. In the same triangle, it will be what? Base upon hypotenuse. Base is what? B dash P divided by B dash. This is cos delta, correct? Now we want this particular element, we want this side B dash P, we want, right? So this will go on the other side. So it will become B dash B into cos delta. That is equal to B dash. Okay, now what is B dash B? We have already calculated, right? It is this particular bracket. B dash B, we have already calculated TS minus RS tan delta by 2. Same thing. So it will be the same bracket into cos delta. Okay, the same thing into cos delta. Same thing will come. Just sine, instead of sine delta, it will be cos delta. So we will be requiring these two for further calculation. Hence we have calculated BP and B dash P. So remember, first you have to calculate BP, then you have to calculate B dash P. Now after this is done, the next thing which you have to calculate is O2. Yes, O2S we have to calculate. Now what is O2S? Let me show you where is O2S. O2S is in the it is in the bottom triangle over here. O2S is here. O2S, this particular length we require. O2S, this length. Okay, so we have to make use of this triangle and find out O2S. Okay, just we will I will give you an overview and we will calculate O2S in the next class. Let me tell you what is O2S, how to calculate from the total length. Okay, total length. This is your total length. What is total length? O2 T2. O2 T2, from O2 T2 you have to minus this particular length. Q T2 if you minus, and if you minus this particular length, which is nothing but radius. It is not radius, it is RS, correct? RS, radius of shorter curve, right? It is radius of shorter curve, which you can see here. Okay, what is this particular length? QT2 is nothing but BP, right? QT2 is nothing but BP, right? This line BP is perpendicular, it is same as this length. T2Q is nothing but BP, right? And BP we have already calculated, correct? BP we have calculated. RS, we know RS, radius of shorter curve, will be given to us, right? And if you minus from the total length, if you minus these two, you will be left out with O2S. Okay, you will be left out with O2S. So this is how we can calculate for O2S, right? And what is this total length? It is nothing but a radius, total radius of the longer curve, right? RL minus RS minus BP will give you O2S. The total length is RL minus RS minus BP will give you O2S. Hence O2S I have written over here. You can see RL minus BP minus RS will give you O2S. So we have calculated this part. We have calculated B dash P also we have calculated. So I've told you in BP it will be sine delta, in BP it will be sine delta, and in B dash P the same thing, but here it will become cos delta. Okay, the same thing will be followed in B dash P. So we have calculated BP, we know what is B dash P, and because of that we can calculate here BP, we can calculate at BP we know, hence we can directly substitute here BP value which we have found out from here, and we can calculate O2S. Okay, O2S is done. Next, what you have to calculate, we have to look into this smaller triangle, right? Bottom smaller triangle, and we are left out with two more steps. We are left out. So what is that? Cos delta 2. Cos delta 2. Let me show you this particular triangle. This particular triangle. Okay, in this triangle you have to write down cos delta 2. What is cos delta 2 now? Cos delta 2. Can you tell me what is cos delta 2? Cos delta 2 base upon hypotenuse, base upon hypotenuse, O2S divided by hypotenuse is what? O1, O2. Correct? O1, O2. Similarly, write down sine delta 2. Sine delta 2. Sine delta 2 is what? Can you tell me? Sine delta 2 is opposite upon hypotenuse. Opposite is O1S divided by O1, O2. Okay, so sine delta 2, write down sine and write down cos delta 2. Now, O2S we already know. O2S we have found out. O2S, right? We have found out it is nothing but RL minus BP minus RS. So O2S is known. What is O1 O2? What is O1 O2? O1 O2 is nothing but this RL, right? Total radius length RL. This is RL, right? Minus RS. RL minus RS will give you O1 O2. Correct? RL is the total radius from here to here, and RS is the radius D1 to O1. This is RS. RL minus RS is nothing but O1, O2. Okay, so O2S we know, O1, O2 also we know. We can calculate cos delta 2. So that is what I've written here. You can see cos delta 2 is O2S minus divided by RL minus RS. So you can calculate cos delta 2, and hence from cos delta 2, if you do cos inverse, you will be left out with delta 2. Okay, we have calculated delta 2, and we know this particular property, right? Delta 1 plus delta 2 is equals to total angle. So we can calculate the other delta also. Delta 1 also we can calculate. Okay. So sine delta I have written, right? Sine delta 2 formula I had written for you, sine delta 2. So it will be what? OS1 by RS minus RL, right? I had written top. So this particular term is coming over here, and we can calculate OS because we will be needing this OS. We are calculating and keeping it aside. Okay, so OS we have calculated, we have kept it over here, no problem. Then from this particular thing you can calculate TL. TL is what? Total tangent length of the longer curve. Tangent length, it is PQ, it is nothing but PQ. Let me show you the last step we are left out with. We need to calculate the total tangent length TS. We need to calculate what? TS. So it is, we can calculate with the help of all whatever we have calculated up till now. So tangent length TS is from B to T2. This particular tangent length B to T2, it is nothing but B dash Q. It is B dash Q, right? It is B dash Q. Sorry, it is not B dash Q, it is PQ. Okay, it is PQ, and PQ we can calculate by this relation, right? The total thing is B dash Q dash. Okay, I think we are, I think it is time up. I think, do you have a break after this, or can I continue in the next class, or should I continue in the next class? If you have break, I will continue, or else if you have next class, I will continue in the next class.
Sir, each class is there, sir.
You have a class now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you can give your attendance. This last part I will cover in the next class. Last part we are left out with calculation of TL. Okay, we have calculated delta 1, delta 2. We are left out with TL. This particular thing we will do in the next class. TL we are left out with. You can give your attendance. Okay, and if you have any doubt, please let me know. I will explain this particular thing again if you want. So this seems complicated for the first time, but once you practice it, it is very easy. Okay. So remember the steps. First, you have to calculate BP. then you have to calculate B dash P, then you have to calculate O2S. Okay, so these particular steps you have to remember, hence it will be easier for you. Please type our attendance, everyone. We will continue in the next class. We are left out with one more calculation, T to TL calculation we are left. We will do that. We will do calculation in the next class. Okay. Type our attendance and you are free to exit the session.